And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage other men into sexual acts with him.
It's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. Everybody's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
What they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex trafficking. They're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage.
Due to the sensitive nature of allegations surrounding sexual trafficking, they were searching for photographs that might show underage girls. This all started when there was breaking news involving an adopted child. I want you to tell them the story of how I adopted you, someone might say, recounting the narrative of adopting a child of a different race, aiming to provide the benefits of a multicultural family environment. Meanwhile, 50 Cent continues his relentless pursuit of Diddy, not easing up on his grip anytime soon. He's now sharing disturbing revelations about Diddy's adopted daughter, Ava Barron. Each statement from 50 Cent peels back another layer of a darkening saga, each revelation more shocking than the last. His latest explosive claim dives deep into the mystery of Ava Barron Combs' sudden disappearance from the public eye. Recall in 2012 when Diddy proudly announced Ava's adoption, and just as quickly, she was out of the spotlight. Now, 50 Cent hints at a deeper story, suggesting Diddy's involvement in questionable activities with Ava, possibly connected to a Homeland Security raid. Has Hollywood been concealing Diddy's ominous side all along? And how did 50 Cent come across these incriminating tapes of Ava and Diddy? It's alarming to consider that these stories have circulated within the industry for years, with insiders aware of Diddy's alleged behaviors and attempts to involve other men in sexual acts. Everyone, brace yourselves. The saga surrounding Diddy continues to unfold, becoming increasingly bizarre and disconcerting. It's clear that accusations against Diddy are serious, with multiple people coming forward and authorities taking action, highlighting the complexities and dark undercurrents of this ongoing industry drama. All right, here's an unexpected twist. What about Diddy's adopted white daughter? Oh, did you guys forget that he had one? A few years back, he suddenly announced he had adopted a white child, and then, poof, she disappeared from the public eye. Seriously, it's as if she never existed. So while everyone's busy discussing the latest scandals, no one seems to be asking about what happened to Ava. Honestly, the whole situation becomes more peculiar by the day, and 50 Cent is here to delve deep into it. Back when this was first announced, we didn't give it much thought. It was the pandemic, and we didn't fully understand what we now suspect about Diddy.
And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and try to engage other men into sexual acts with him.
Sure, there were whispers, mostly about him being on the down low, but that's his private affair and nothing unlawful. At that time, he appeared to be engaged in consensual relationships with younger men, seemingly young, yet of age, so it didn't seem like a big deal. However, with the recent allegations against him, it's enough to make anyone's hair stand on end. Each new lawsuit against him uncovers another disturbing layer. Cassie's lawsuit depicted him as a villain who mistreated her in every conceivable way.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not surprised. I think Ms. Ventura was extremely heroic and brave in terms of coming forward with her claims. And now that this video is out, I would imagine that some of his alleged victims may feel more comfortable and more empowered in coming forward. So I unfortunately think that we may see more of these coming up.
Let's talk about Cassie Ventura more, because she is now responding to the video of her being violently assaulted by Diddy. She is saying that domestic violence, quote, broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. Of course, she's encouraging people to listen to the victims, believe the victims the first time. And her suit against Diddy has been settled. Could this video, could his admission mean anything for these other pending lawsuits now, or the federal investigation surrounding him?
I'm not sure how it will factor into the federal investigation, but I do think in some of these pending lawsuits, and I have said this all along, I do think that the release of this video will cause him to most likely settle those, because now we have a pattern of behavior on camera, and it is going to be very, very difficult for him to combat that any other narrative other than what's out there now. Now, in terms of the federal case, I believe really a statement from Ms. Allred actually last week on your show, when she talked about the idea that if there is a RICO charge that's brought in, and we could maybe look at some of this in terms of establishing a pattern of sex trafficking, then potentially that could be factored into the federal case, because for the most part, there's a 10-year statute of limitations on adult sex trafficking, but then there's even more so a longer statute of limitations with that RICO charge.
Then there's Little Rod, who alleges that Diddy not only abused him, but also tried to sell his services to other industry figures, including Cuba Gooding Jr. The real escalation happened when Homeland Security raided his homes in LA and Miami on suspicions of trafficking. That's when we realized the severity of the situation. Until then, the lawsuits were merely civil, no criminal charges. But once the feds got involved, it was clear that something gravely serious was happening. Federal agencies don't conduct massive raids like these unless they have substantial evidence. After the raid, Diddy's lawyers hit back, accusing the feds of trying to tarnish his public image and dramatize the situation. They described the raid as an unprecedented ambush paired with a coordinated media presence, leading to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs, dismissing it as nothing more than a witch hunt, meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Then the federal officers replied to this and said, "We believe that there was a disturbing history of sex trafficking. We are responding to concrete, detailed, explicit allegations. This is not random. We didn't just choose his name out of a hat. We had allegations that we're following up on. So if the Fed were acting on these allegations, you better believe this drama is far from over, and we're in for even more shocking revelations." Now, hopefully, we'll finally get some answers about what really happened to Diddy's adopted white daughter, Ava Baron Combs. Now flash back to 20120, when Diddy went live on Instagram to announce he had adopted a white girl named Ava, introduce herself, and share that she had been adopted by him. It was a bizarre moment that left everybody scratching their heads. And now, with all this unfolding, the mystery only deepens. My name is Ava. I'm a Scorpio. No. What's your last name? Eva. What's your other last name? Eva Bond Combs. Yes, it was breaking news. Did he adopted a white child? I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you, but you still have beautiful parents that you're my child also. But please tell a story. So I was on the street, and then Papa decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids. Yeah, like a little bit like Suspect. I don't want nobody want to get I adopted you, like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Sharon, everybody's ever adopt Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that. You could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So, just clarify, because it's crazy out here online. So, playing with the kids, I got permission from your mother and say all of that. It's crazy. Well, I met Jessie Ina when I was 6 months old, 6 months. And then she basically, our sister, all four of us. I always come over. Yes, and it's Ava. Ion comes, let's go.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs. Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Ava, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it, because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids, and I got permission from your mother, and say all of that. Just make it, because it's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then we basically are sisters, all four of us. So, and then I always come over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Brioni Combs.
Let's go.
At the time, we thought Diddy was doing maybe a great thing adopting a child during the pandemic, when kids needed all the love they could get. But now, people can't stop giving him the side eye for so many reasons, and the video just comes across very weird. But that's not the only big red flag. Diddy compared his adoption process to MAD, which raises even more eyebrows, because Madonna's adoptions have had their own shady parts, according to reports. Madonna didn't adopt her black kids through entirely legal means last year. A charity organized called the Ethiopian World Federation accused her of human trafficking and sexually exploiting children. Allegedly, she tricked parents into letting her take their kids by promising them a great education in the US, only to adopt them instead. And it's interesting that Diddy would model his adoption alongside Madonna's, because it's saying a lot. Fans are wondering, why did he only had his sons in that video, and not his daughters? Well, Ava mentioned wanting to play with Diddy's daughters. So where were they? His sons were taking the forefront. And let's not even get started on how uncomfortable Ava looked in that video, trying to repeat whatever Diddy told her to say. Now people are now buzzing with theories about why Ava looks so uncomfortable in the video. Maybe it was the vibe in the room after all. Did his sons have their own share of drama? Because Justin was named a Little Rod's lawsuit, and Christian has his own essay legal issues. So no wonder the atmosphere might have been off. But the biggest eyebrow raiser, Ava practically vanished after that video. Sure, she was seen with Diddy's twins, Jesse and Delilah, a couple of times. But then it was like she fell off the face of the earth. No family photos, no videos, nothing. And considering Diddy made her call him Papa Combs, you think she'd be around much longer, but I guess she didn't make it into the family Bible now, with all the recent scandalous allegations against Diddy trafficking and mistreating women. Fans are starting to wonder if something shady happened to Ava. The whole thing is turning into a real-life mystery, and people can't help but speculate what's going on behind the scenes. But this is where things get even juicier. Diddy's former bodyguard, Jean Gill, stepped in and dropped some.
And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and trying to engage other men into sexual acts with him. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got sexual charges and everything on him. But he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN. It's keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that. This is something that goes on, man, that they're gonna push up under the rug, and a few years later, Bad Boy 5, 6, 7, 8 will be out.
In civil lawsuits, allegations made against Mr. Combs are without merit, and there has been no legal ruling of criminal or civil liability regarding these accusations. Mr. Combs maintains his innocence and is committed to vigorously defending himself every day to clear his name. In response, federal officers expressed their concerns, stating, "We believe there is a disturbing history of sex trafficking. Our actions are based on specific, detailed, and explicit allegations. This is not arbitrary. We didn't randomly select his name. We are pursuing serious claims." They further warned that the investigation into these allegations means the drama is far from over, and more startling disclosures are likely. In a related unfolding story, attention has turned to Diddy's adopted white daughter, Ava Barron Combs. Flashing back to 2020, Diddy announced on Instagram the adoption of Ava, creating a moment of confusion and intrigue that only deepened the mystery surrounding her. During the live stream, Ava introduced herself and interacted with Diddy in a manner that was puzzling to many. Diddy encouraged Ava to share her adoption story, emphasizing that although she has biological parents, she is also his daughter. Ava recounted, "I was on the street when Papa decided to be a caring man. He saw me and invited me to play with his kids." Diddy likened his adoption of Ava to other celebrity adoptions, stressing that he adopted her out of love and a desire to provide a nurturing environment, not just for publicity.
What they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex trafficking. They're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage in a sexual context. Like they in a sexual act. That's what they're looking for. So now, they're gonna go through all those devices. If somebody got any kind of weird fetishes that they got little kids or little girls or something like that in any kind of pictures or any kind of photos that they took out of there.
This video, however, raised eyebrows, particularly because Diddy compared his adoption process to Madonna's, which has been controversial. Reports suggest that Madonna may not have followed completely legal procedures in her adoptions, with accusations from the Ethiopian World Federation of Human Trafficking and Exploitation. This comparison has led to increased scrutiny over Diddy's motives and methods. The presence of only Diddy's sons, not his daughters, in the video added to the odd dynamics displayed, leading to speculation and discomfort visible in Ava's demeanor. The mystery deepened after the video as Ava seemed to disappear from public view, raising concerns and speculation about her well-being and her place in Diddy's family. This ongoing situation continues to evolve, with new developments and revelations that keep the public and media engaged and concerned about the underlying truth of Ava's story and the broader implications of the allegations against Diddy. Major news has surfaced, alleging that Diddy not only threatened Ava severely, but also exploited her for publicity. According to Gene, Diddy had a calculated plan to adopt a homeless girl he discovered on the streets during the pandemic, feigning affection as if she were his own child, solely for the sake of appearances. Gene also alluded to rumors about Diddy engaging in dubious activities with Ava. While he didn't provide explicit details, he insinuated enough to suggest that Diddy's true character is an open secret within the industry. Gene expressed astonishment at how pervasive such stories are, noting that many industry insiders are aware of Diddy's behavior, including his attempts to involve other men in sexual activities. Furthermore, Gene pointed out that this issue of covering up misconduct is not unique to Diddy. For instance, Jimmy the Four, despite facing serious allegations, has managed to keep his issues away from major news channels thanks to effective publicists. Gene criticized the industry's habit of overlooking such behavior, which has been previously observed in high-profile cases involving figures like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Bill Cosby. He drew parallels to Cassie's lawsuit revelations, about Diddy being enabled by his entourage. Adding to the controversy, Gene hinted that Diddy might possess compromising videos of Ava, which the authorities were allegedly searching for in connection with sex trafficking investigations. They were reportedly looking for images that suggested the involvement of minors in inappropriate activities. 50 Cent also appears to support Gene's claims, having shared his own insights about Diddy's misconduct long before it became public knowledge. Initially perceived as petty, especially since Diddy had once refused to sign him, 50 Cent's persistence suggests deeper motives rooted in genuine concern rather than mere personal grudge. Despite having a tumultuous relationship with Jay-Z, Diddy's close associate, 50 Cent's allegations about hidden disturbing details concerning Diddy have added layers to the ongoing discourse. According to insiders, 50 Cent is set to expose these allegations in an upcoming documentary. Last year, he announced his plans to produce a film titled Diddy Do It, hinting at significant revelations. While initially dismissed as one of his typical pranks, the project gained credibility when major networks entered a bidding war for its rights. Ultimately, Netflix secured the documentary, promising a revealing look into the allegations against Diddy, which is expected to be both shocking and enlightening. Blame him. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill documentary. This was the real deal, filled with drama, intrigue, and more twists than a roller coaster. It was a story begging to be told, and Netflix knew they had a golden ticket in their hands. 50 Cent made the announcement, declaring, "Guys, we're all making good television. Ours just happens to be the best." Netflix won the bidding war, but with more victims coming forward, I'm going to need more episodes. When we first heard about the documentary, we thought it was all about Cassie and other lawsuits, but now reports suggest Ava will allegedly be featured, which makes everything seem 10 times shadier. The year 2024 is shaping up to be the year of the takedown because your favorites are getting taken down, and it's a nightmare. Fans have plenty to say about it. Comments like, "Did anyone else feel uncomfortable about the fact that Diddy made it a point to put his white adopted daughter in the spotlight to share her adoption story? She clearly was uncomfortable with the whole situation, while Diddy and his family were just laughing and flaunting her like an object. I adopted you just like Madonna." Well, Mr. Combs Madonna is being investigated for child trafficking and banned from other countries. There's so much wrong with this video. It's chilling. Sick people. And this whole Diddy situation seems a lot deeper than we all realize. But I want to know what you think about this. Do you think that Diddy was adopting Ava just for some clout during the pandemic, and it wasn't a real thing, and she's fine? Or do you think there's something sinister going on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and then check out this next video.